Alright guys, New Age Tactical back with another video.
Knife.
New Age Tactical.
Well,
We're back at it.
so I guess you could say the two Spyderco videos we have are our most controversial.
Yeah.
But at that time, we were doing our tests a little bit differently. I guess you could say a little bit too abusive at the
Yeah,
time.
and slowly over, 5 to 10 knives we realized,
Can't go that hard. Can't be bending the blade sideways and expecting it to hold.
So someone recommended this one because it has a thicker blade. So this
So-
one is the Delica flat. I'm going to say one thing off the bat. I don't like their boxing, dude.
It's kind of for the price that you're paying, which, by the way, this knife is $83, but at the time of buying this, it was $70 for the green handle.
So, I guess a couple of the cool things right off the bat. It does have pocket clip on like every corner.
It feels exactly the same as the last one.
The fanboys and the haters, like, it just doesn't have a good feeling. Like, it feels cheap for the amount of money you pay for it. We've had $20 knives that felt better. Like, this is just like, it's just, I don't know.
I agree with you.
So, like, it reminds me of, like, one of my first pocket knives. You know what I mean? Or, like, the dollar store pocket knife. Like, it's just not... It definitely has good ergonomics. Like, it feels really good in the hand. And I guess that cheapness does give you a lot of grip. Or that cheapness feeling, I should say, sorry. That, like, honeycomb pattern.
How's it feel sharp-wise? Because remember, this is the 30-degree grind.
Doesn't feel that sharp. Let's say it's supposed to grab your fingernail. Does at the right angle.
Now look, with the last two Spyderco videos, I guess you could say we kind of did develop an opinion about them.
No. Well, yes and no.
It's got that back lock. It's going to take a little getting used to. The opening is very easy. I will give that to Spyderco. Closing, not so much.
We probably got 100 comments on between our two Spydercos.
By now, more.
And, everyone brings up valid points. Some people are nicer than others about it, but everyone brings up valid points. We did go a little too far the first time, and we know that. And now I think we've refined it to the point where we're not purposely breaking blades.
We've had enough knives pass.
Yeah.
That if this does not pass, that does start to say something in terms of versatility. Look, if you're a Spyderco fan and you just like their look and style, I get that. That's totally fine. But if you are looking for that knife that can kind of cover all the topics, that's what we're testing for.
We're trying to abuse it until we see its breaking point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've done this with probably 45 blades now, after we decided that the bending was too much. And we've had pretty damn good results.
Yeah, I would say overall.
So now, new test, new Spyderco. This one's a little thicker, as from what someone was telling us. But let's give it another run.
Let's dive in.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's actually the ball.
It leaves a few behind.
Man, I'm getting flashbacks. This green handle and everything.
I know.
Solid. All the way through. Right down to the tip. Little resistance, not gonna lie. Little resistance, but makes pretty quick work of it. Good. Really good. I think that thinner blade really plays a big part in the poster board, though. Yeah, that's pretty good.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah, you just missed
so
the,
right there.
the quadruple. Actually, more. It's like 5 layers, but does the trick. No. Nice. It definitely digs into like, which I like in a way.
Because it gives you that grip.
You got the grip. Nice. Good feel, good rhythm. Not rhythm, that's not the right word.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride.
Come on, boys, it's bobsled time. Good flow would probably be a better word. That's probably the cleanest we've ever had.
With nylon.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, no, it's...
Will not go past.
Yeah.
Refuses. Look at that. That's solid.
Yeah, man, you got some curls there, bub.
So at this point, it's done pretty well. Kind of from here forward, I feel like it's going to start going downhill.
Hater.
Good?
Light blade, light knife, man.
Yeah, like barely a quarter. The
Yeah.
deepest part is a quarter of an
You
inch.
can't expect that much from this
It's
light of a blade.
feels like nothing in the hand.
Yeah.
Unregisterable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot register that at all.
I mean, what an eighth of an inch?
Eighth, if that.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you look at it from the side,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Shit, that's a first. Yeah, we're chewed. We're a little chewed here. Not bad. I mean,
It's still cutting.
It's got its sharp spots. Like, tip's pretty sharp still. The very, very, very back is pretty sharp. That's not bad. Here's where the pad comes in. My fault. I squeezed it.
Oh, you squeezed the
Yep.
lock?
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause it's in a
okay,
bad
okay.
spot.
Ah.
It broke.
No way.
Broke.
Dude, that's the same thing as last time.
Yeah. It gets the EDC stamp.
It does.
Made it through the EDC part.
But we couldn't even achieve batoning sandbag or...
That's catastrophic failure.
I agree with you this time around. That is catastrophic.
Realistically, if you're depending on your life on this one, you got no knife here. I mean, you can still cut and all, but...
It goes back to what you said. For you guys that are hardcore Spyderco carriers, We understand why you carry them. They're sharp little slicers, you know? But the moment we crossed over into abuse was when it just could not achieve anything.
And all right, so the fucked up part is I'm gonna go through this from like test 1 or phase 1. We opened this and I knew we've had problems with Spyderco, but I tried to take into consideration that we were a little too rough, blah blah blah. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go into this with an open mind and really like check this thing out. Second we opened it, I noticed it's a little rougher handle. And that could be a pro or a con depending on what kind of person you are. At first I thought it was a con. Now I kind of think it's a pro because this is not slipping out of your hands. Whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, doesn't matter. This thing's got its grooves to hold on to. So I appreciate that. The back lock, I'm not a super fan of it anymore. Just being that we've done so many knives. Opening wise, solid knife. It does feel a little cheaper just because of the plastic that's used, or whatever it's called. I will say that. Like, it's kind of got that gas station knife feel.
It does.
You know.
For something that was $70.
$80.
Realistically, yes. Let's just say $80.
So for $80, I mean, I think there's better options. Now, normal wear and tear and everyday use, it's not bad. It was a pretty damn good knife. It didn't feel like it was sharp, but it was pretty sharp. It cut through everything, sliced through everything, did all we needed it to do. The second it had to come to that abuse, one strike from the hammer, it gave.
We even gave it the benefit of the doubt. Your finger was on.
Yeah.
Your finger was on the lock.
And I felt my finger go in, so I'm like, oh, I pressed it.
Whatever. The next hit immediately did the exact same thing with your fingers
and
nowhere near it.
And the next hit actually caused the lock to fail. I know it's not meant to do what we were doing with it. I know it's not meant to be
We go crazy.
Hammered into metal. But the whole point of this channel is we want to abuse the out of the knife and see if it makes it through. And my personal opinion is we've had $10 knives do it when this $90 or $80 knife can't.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say just now. So
I mean that's all it has to be said.
Yeah,
and like
18. You said 10, but my thought was like, I know we've done 3 $18 knives that have surpassed all the tests.
Well, yeah, just being. I think you're paying for a name, not a product or not a quality.
But in that sense, it goes back to the box. You're paying for this name that comes in a cardboard box that, for $60, we've gotten beautiful velvet presentation from a knife.
I agree. I don't want to bash it. It's a decent knife, but
let's just say we already said EDC stamp. Let's just stamp it right now. We'll give it the EDC stamp because it passed those tests with flying colors. No questions asked. But
as far as abuse-wise, I mean, you know what? If you're going to carry it in your pocket every day, pretty much do nothing more than open up boxes and like that. Yeah, solid knife. The second you get into a little bit more in depth,
a legit survival scenario, this is not the knife for you to carry.
All right, but we're going to get the haters that say you're not going to survival knife, bash it, smack it into a... Which I agree.
I get it.
I agree. And we understand what you guys are saying, so I don't want to hear it in the comments.
I do. I'm trying... I get what you're doing is like, yes, I'm trying not to get all the hate, but there's a little bit of hate I'm getting myself from this knife. Like,
I don't... Look...
Regardless, don't worry about the color of the handle. I did that for the price, but if this were a black handle, same opinion. Nothing changes.
And obviously, look, I care about what all you guys think, because a lot of you have been following us since day one. A lot of you have thrown out a ton of solid support. It's just a couple of haters that we got on the Spydercos. And amongst ourselves talking, we're like, yeah, we really did those knives up. Like, we bent them. We tried to really break them. I didn't even try. And honestly, if I'm going to be truthful, I didn't even hit it as hard as I could because it was still the first tap. Like, I was still trying to
normally
get it going.
Light, medium, hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it literally caused the lock to fail. I get it. It's not meant to be hammered into a piece of metal. I don't want to hear that. But
Now we're obviously not going to sharpen it, but do you want to look at it with the magnifying glass?
Edge is definitely on the better side. Couple chips, a couple little burrs, pretty bad one at the bottom, but overall, it doesn't look as damaged as you would think it would. I don't know, man. Like we said, it gets the EDC stamp. It definitely doesn't get the NAT stamp, but I don't really think it gets, like, even my approval. You know what I mean? Like, not that my approval means to anyone, but
The bottom line is that I can't carry it. That's the main problem, is that we can't further the investigation because this is one of the few knives. I mean, have we had a knife break since the last Spyderco? Since we've changed our testing, have we had a knife
no.
fully
This is
shattered?
broken. This is broken,
right,
bro.
the lock is annihilated.
I mean, it's fixable if I took it apart, but it's not a quick fix, like, just pop it back into place. Like, I'm literally pushing the button and bending it.
So, we'll state it one last time. If you are a Spyderco fan and you understand that it's not going to do the ridiculous things, then yes, it's a knife for you. You carry it. But if you're like us that are looking for a little bit more versatility, Spyderco is not on our list of blades that we carry.
And I guess, like, another, like, comment we get a lot is, like, that a folder's not a fixed blade and blah, blah, blah. And that's not what we want. We're not trying to make a folder a fixed blade. However, if you're hiking, camping, backpacking, whatever it might be, and you have a pocket knife on you, personally, I want something that I know is going to be up to a challenge if I needed to.
Yeah, cover all the aspects.
And this doesn't. And, you know, and a lot of them don't, but that's where the real New Age tactical stamp comes from.
Yes.
Is the fact is, like, would you put your life behind a knife? And no. I mean, life is a little extreme.
I get what you mean, though. Is that, yes, we're putting saying that stuck in a snowstorm in your car, you'd feel a little bit more comfortable if you're carrying a NAT stamped blade than a non-NAT
I would
stamped
at least,
blade.
or you get, like, lost on a desert island.
Yeah.
And the only thing you have is, like, or think about the show alone. It's that one pocket knife that you could throw in any bag situation or whatever, and know that you could baton wood, you could chop, you can do this, you can do that, even though it's not meant to. We're beating a dead horse because
I'm bummed.
I think in one way we know we're going to get a lot of hate on this one, so we're trying to take it easy, but at the same time, you know what, this is New Age Tactical, and our way is, the knife's not good, man. Like, it's just not. I'm sorry. I could buy a $20 Kershaw that'll do twice as much as this one does.
There can actually be a lot of worth behind a $25 blade versus $130.
And what's going to be funny is when we step up another notch and get, like, a ZT or Benchmade or something, to see how far they go. You know, and it's going to, dude, if one of them breaks like this, I'm going to have a heart attack.
Oh my God, dude, a broken Benchmade would make me cry.
Yeah, no, I don't need to break a $300 knife. But this pisses me off as it is. And honestly, I contributed to this cheaper handle. Like, if this was more solid, I don't think this lock would have unaligned itself. Like 127 hours, you got to cut your arm off, dude.
Now you're dealing with just the blade. You got no handle left.
Yeah.
Handle shot.
He did use, like, a cheap multi-tool. But anyway, bring on the hate.
So let's go. Begin.
Guys, like, subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram. Hit that bell.
Other than that, New Age Tactical.
Over and out.